17-year-old Amber Johnston of Johnston's has spoken up about her worries regarding the birth of her daughter Elizabeth. The 23-year-old has achondroplasia, which makes giving birth more dangerous than it is for the ordinary woman, just like her parents and siblings. In a People interview, 45-year-old Amber disclosed that she and her 47-year-old husband Trent were hesitant to have a child because of possible difficulties. So for Elizabeth, she has to have a C-section under general anesthesia, so therefore she's put to sleep completely, which is really, really challenging when it comes to getting a baby out fast. Amber explained regarding the complicated surgery. Our pelvis is too narrow and in a sense kind of fused. The Johnston matriarch clarified that the anesthetic might have caused a whole host of complications for Elizabeth and the baby if the mother and child had problems prior to being put under. That's just not a perfect world, the reality TV personality continued. Will Elizabeth and her boyfriend, Bryce Bolden, had a daughter, Leeton, on November 3. Elizabeth's mother claims that the reality TV star was not at all concerned about the baby's delivery. Elizabeth is very much like her father, where everything's going to be fine. Amber chuckled, and I thought, oh no, mother. Size-wise, my spouse and I will be genetically compatible. The baby will be large or small. That is unimportant. We're all right. It's excellent. And I say, all right, Elizabeth, you're accurate, but it's not the only one that could arise. Trent also disclosed that they were afraid their kid might end up in the hospital since they would not be the ones to admit her for her C-section. The father of 5 said, this was the first time Amber hadn't gone back with one of our kids. With all the surgeries our kids have had, Amber and I have always been the one to walk them back to the OR room and to kiss and say bye, and we'll be right outside when you come into recovery. Rather, Elizabeth was escorted by her infant father, Bryce. This time, Bryce was present. You know, Elizabeth and Bryce, that this was their child and they needed to be together for this. But even so, we as parents are not walking our daughter back to her operation. So that was difficult, the TV personality said. Trent was a kind grandfather who helped the couple take care of their little one, making up for his absence from the action. The father posted 2 identical pictures to Instagram last month. One showed him holding Elizabeth as a newborn, while the other showed him cradling Leeton. The striking likeness between Elizabeth and her daughter startled many, with one saying, Elizabeth and Leeton are duplicate copies of each other. One more person said, baby Leeton is her mama all over again. Wow, it's like a double take, exclaimed a third, while a fourth person claimed they looked like twins. 7 Little Johnstons stars when daughter Elizabeth Liz Johnston gave birth to baby No. 1. Trent and Amber Johnston acknowledged they were terrified for a number of reasons. In an interview with People that was published on Tuesday, March 12, Amber, 45, discussed Liz's delivery experience. So for Elizabeth, she has to have a C-section under general anesthesia, so therefore she's put to sleep completely, which is really, really challenging when it comes to getting a baby out fast. Amber said, our pelvis is too narrow and somewhat fused. The speaker said, according to Medline Plus, achondroplasia is the most common form of short-limbed dwarfism, and it affects the reality stars. Liz, 22, might have experienced a whole host of other issues if she had experienced complications during her anesthetic. According to Amber, she said that Liz attempted to reassure Amber when she was worried, and that her daughter is very much like Trent, 47, in that they both prefer to think that everything's going to be fine. And I thought, oh no, Mom. Size-wise, my spouse and I will be genetically compatible. The baby will be large or small. It is irrelevant. We're all right. It's fantastic. Amber remembered Liz saying to her, Anna replied, "All right, Elizabeth, you're accurate, but that isn't the only issue that could arise." Trent acknowledged that he and Amber were afraid they wouldn't be able to be by Liz's side when she gave birth. He said, "This was the first time Amber hadn't returned with one of our kids. Amber and I have always been the ones to walk our kids back to the OR room after every surgery they've had, to kiss them goodbye and say, 'We'll be right outside when you come into recovery.'"